Once your business starts getting momentum, you start being able to be in a position to make a difference, to have influence. And so it's also like, and that goes back to something I was saying earlier, is innovation requires self-innovation. So as your business starts to be able to influence the market, it's important to know in what direction is this influence going. So is it perpetuating, the division that we see in the world, or is it offering a new space for your market to come together, to leverage each other? And so something really important at that point, once you make that first initial, let's say, dent, or you start making your niche, is to understand how does that market work? What are the components, the players, the roles? Where are the flows? What's the flow of energy that feeds that market? Where does the money go? For what purpose? And what's the outcome that creates? And is that outcome, is there a problem? What is the greater problem of that market, of that community? And is it empowering the users and those, or is it creating segregation and division between, and concentrating the wealth in the hands of the few? And every time this happens, it creates corruption. And so what are the minimum triggers that you can press in order to create a new course, a new flow to emerge that empowers the mass? That's one strategy, one angle. You could advocate that the exact opposite would be, it would make a more success, a bigger financial success. And, and I guess that's a matter of focus and what you care about. But most of the time, the investors the entrepreneurs we invest with, and what we care about is to use technology in businesses. Entrepreneurial is a fantastic force for change, and to use that force to empower humanity, to empower, to share the wealth and resources, because it's only together that we thrive. And with the compounding, effects of global warming and all the systemic changes this creates on the world, it creates more and more disbalance. And because 1% of humanity owns as much as the lowest 80% of humanity, it's very difficult, even though they're well-intentioned, for those in power to really be able to understand what the majority is going through, how they live, and what's important for them, because they kind of benefit from the status quo. They are at the top of the pyramid. So we challenge our businesses to, what's the current order, and is this healthy? And if you feel it's not healthy, what is a better order? Like, to imagine that and to feel it themselves, to live it. Do you believe it? Do you live it yourselves? If you care, often we invest in impact focus entrepreneurs. So they care about the world. They've been moved at some point in their life, and there's something they want to change, but first they need to live it themselves. And once they start living it, and it becomes their own life, and they realize their shortcomings and where they have, blind spots, and that they start working on themselves, and we help them with that, then they start living a different reality. And I have a teacher that says that, and he used a metaphor of martial arts. He says, before you enter into the ring, you're not entering into the ring to win. You win before you enter into the ring. And from that state of having won, of holding that victory inside, then you go and you meet your opponent, and then you start dancing, or you battle for whatever art that you're performing, and you may win or not at the end, but it doesn't matter, because you've done it from that spirit inside of you of having won.